Yo, 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 what's up everybody? Welcome to another episode of Matty Match with Very Builds vlog, episode 6. And on this episode, I noticed that you guys are all home, we're all home. I haven't edited or put out a video in a while, and I'm sorry, but I'm feeling better mentally, and I'm ready to start getting on this again. And with the peril of the world right now, with what's going on with virus that's going down and everything, I'm gonna try and be here for you guys, so that way we can still just build and get what we can get and do what we can do and polish turds and figure out solutions for problems that I have in the meanwhile until other parts are able to come in. So anyway, let's get going. Let me give you an update as of the 26th of March. I did some work on this car here. This is my buddy Marvin's. You might have seen this at SEMA. Z24. Did a motor swap and a trans swap. Get more into that in the next vlog. But here's my E34 N54 Touring. Bumpers on. VRSF intercoolers in. We're all getting updated. So the last time since you've been here, I've gotten the radiator, the CSF radiator. I have the radiator, the CSF radiator. I have the AC condenser mounted, the power steering cooler mounted. I still need to figure out a solution for the oil cooler, but I'm gonna need a new AC line if anybody has one of those. But we got everything jazzed up, put on some new parts. Sweet billet oil cap. Need to install the JB4, the MHD, and get all that stuff going, and also start doing a lot of metal fab work to get these catch cans mounted, the back firewall all done up and correctly, and get the dash to fit in correctly and have everything fit perfect and snug and tight. It's not sitting right now, it's just loosely there. So I hope you guys like it. Here's the video of the wiring, getting the headlights, the tail lights, everything else going. I hope you stay tuned. Thank you so much for being here. If you like what you see, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Stay tuned. Here you go. Sorry it's like 2 months late. Anyway guys, thanks for watching the previous episodes. If you watched the last one, I got the car fired up, but let me give you kind of a progress report of everything that I've done so far up to now. So what we have in here, we got everything dialed in. We're waiting on so that way I can finish off the intercooler, get a new one, and get an aluminum radiator, and then I'll figure out the whole core support. But everything is wired. Everything as far as lights. We'll get to the other stuff in a second, but let's keep going. So what you see here is the E90 dash is in. Steering, I still kind of need to, you know, make some brackets to have everything sit in. I'm going to relocate these speakers, the battery in. Let's talk about the issues I'm having.
No, God, please, no, no!
Okay. So the issues I'm having, there are so many things going on with the E90 windows and the E34 windows that is driving me nuts.
These nuts? Ha! Got him!
Like it's a lot. So this is essentially the passenger door electronics of a 2007 E90. You have the window regulator, window motor. If you notice, look at all these wires, right? On the E34, you have 2 wires. So, for me to use Windows, I'm having an issue. I spent 20 hours going through the E34 rear harness. I have all of this wiring, all of this extra stuff right here. All of this is just essentially to make power door locks work. So what do you guys think? Is it worth to have all this extra wiring? Like, let me show you, it's ridiculous. Like, I have this harness here, have this harness here, all going to the back, right? On top of that, all of this spaghetti, all of this, the center link fuse, all of this. It's a ridiculous amount, essentially just to get the power locks to work. I have power to everything in here but this fuse, and that's for the seats, and that's not a big deal at all. But the other issue is just, I think things have to go through the DME, and I don't have the DME hooked up for the car anymore. For the E34, I have it for the E90 obviously, but anyway, so I think instead of having all this wiring, I think whoever's in my car can make the motion to do this, and if I get in and need to unlock doors, it's not a big deal. I'll just take it back to the 70s and 80s.
Say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Right? So I've also spent 20 hours over that figuring out all of this to get the windows to work. I can't get the windows to work, so what's another alternative? Let's kick it old school, baby. We're going window cranks. We're going manual windows. Super cheap alternative. It's less than $100, and I'll have all 4 windows. I'll have probably like 70-80 pounds less wiring in the car just to have door locks work. So let's just 86 it. What do you guys think? Put comments below if you guys think if it's worth it, or if you guys know of another solution that I can use, because I can't use the E90 window stuff because there's sensors and overrides and other things. There's some stuff I'm going to be able to program out of the code out of the DME, such as like the window sensors and the airbags and all that stuff, but everything's in for the most part, and I'll show you what's going on. So let's close this. Got the keys. Take the charger off. I've also relocated the fuel tank. I extended the wires. It's underneath there for now until I can figure out exactly my fuel solution.
Wow.
Which will probably be a separate tank that'll have pumps running off. I'll explain later in another episode. So we have that in there. Let's put the key in. Let's turn on the lights. Turn on the lights. Light a candle.
Pow.
Here we go. Headlights. Woo! We got the lights on. Look at that. No turn signal errors. You know BMWs, if you have a bulb missing or something, it'll flash real quick. Let's go around there. What? What? Do you see that? That's all E34 lights working on off of the E90 harness. So we have that. You can also see just the regular lights are on. Ouch. And then we have the daytime running lights, which on the E90 were the high beams, and so they're just wired up the exact same. Push on the clutch. I'm doing it all manually right now. Check out, but we'll get it dialed in. So we have that, right? Which is awesome. So I have all the lights going. Let's disconnect that. There we go. Of all the lights going, there's just a lot of little things I need to do. Hook up the speakers in the rear. I still need to do the third brake light, but the reverse lights, license plate lights, everything else works. For the rear wiper, I'm just gonna put a toggle switch to a relay that'll make that thing work. I'll figure that out. But that is where I'm at with the build at this moment. The rest of the stuff is gonna cost some money, so I need to finish prepping this thing here. My schnitzer here, that's a bad view with the garbage cans. I need to finish prepping my schnitzer here and get it ready for bring a trailer. But yeah, so let's go back to the car. So other things I need to finish. I need to figure out the rear subframe and rear wheel speed sensor from the E90 and how I can convert it over to the E34. Let's see. Yeah. So back to the wiring. That harness that's in there just to make the power door locks is all this here. So it's a lot of wiring just to make all the door locks go up at once when you put it up, and when I unlock it, the door locks work, the trunk locks work, so everything will unlock and lock. So I think that's a easy way for me to just kind of go with the flow on that. The heater works. The AC is not working. I need one of the front pipes here. I need a new one. This one's all jacked up, you can see right there. But yeah, everything's pretty wired up. I gotta clean some of that stuff up in there so you can't see it. I'll reroute all this stuff to make it look clean. Back to other things that need to be done. I need to wire the wipers. I need to get one custom line made from here that'll run underneath and go up into this port. I have everything else dialed in for the ABS for the E90 in here. Once that's done, then it'll be a lot of general maintenance stuff that I need to do. Valve cover, gasket, water pump, thermostat, index 12 injectors. I need some more money, so I gotta sell the ACS. But yeah, I have port injection. I don't know if you can see it down here. The throttle body. But I have port injection there. There's a fuel rail in there. And yeah, it's got 750cc injectors. So I need a port injection controller. Need to run the fuel lines. I got to figure out the fuel system and plumb up the oil cooler I have, that bad boy. And then after that, it's just really all fab work of, you know, flushing off the engine bay, finishing off the firewall, getting the dash and everything inside, all the holes filled.
That's what she said.
So that way when it rains, you know, the water is controlled where it's going. That's where I'm at. So if you guys have been watching this whole time, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And if you have a little time, you like what you watch, if you have a little bit of time and you like what you're watching, you know, subscribe, like, thumbs up. If you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. Oh yeah, so back to other things I need. I totally forgot. So yeah, the main reason why I need the intercooler is because I don't really have a good connection right there, going from the dock racing IC piping to the stock intercooler, and it's dented anyway, and I want the big baller VRSF one, and then a really nice aluminum radiator, and Nick will fabricate all the supports and everything to get all that to jive and work and look good. So anyway, if you guys have been watching to the end, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Remember, have a great day, guys. Be safe, be kind to one another. See you later. Peace! 26.2 pounds for all the rear hatch wiring. And then on top of that, we still have the motors to add for all the windows. It's not a bad weight savings. Word.